Orientation is locked. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Good evening. Okay. Welcome. Okay, so good evening and welcome to the Financial Clinic once again. My name is Oni Oluwaseyi, and I'll be taking today's class on the basics of financial mastery. So I hope that our day went well and all everything is great, everything is good. So I'll go right in because we have we have very limited time, and I've tried to um, break everything down for us to follow. So when it comes to money, what do we think, right? What do we think about? What is it that comes across our mind? Can it be mastered, right? Um, is it possible for anyone to really master money? Well, from my experience, I've known people who have studied the subject of money, and they 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 have seemed to make a good life out of it from studying money. So let's dive right in because of our time, and I'll begin with saying that many people don't take money issues or financial issues seriously because two things. They've not come to the place of recognition, and they have not come to the place of conviction, right? They have not come to the place of recognition, and they have not come to the place of conviction. Oh, okay. I need to rotate my screen. Sorry. Uh, Let me see. Okay. I don't know. Is my screen rotated yet? Okay. So please just give me a minute. Um, okay. Saying my screen is rotated. No. I think is my screen rotated. Okay. Okay, so can everybody see me now? Is it better now? Okay. So is it better now? Can everybody see me now? Is my screen better now? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, okay, so when it comes to the subject of money, like I was saying, people have not come to the place of recognition, and it was better while I was rotating it. Oh, it's better now. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh. So, like I was saying, people have not come to the place of recognition, and they've not also come to the place of conviction. So, because of these two things, they've not taken money issues seriously. Now, everybody has a poverty cap. For some people, when they have 30 billion, they feel like, oh, a lot of their resources is gone. Some feel like when they have 10 million, they begin to panic. I don't have money, I'm running out of money, and all of this and all of that. So these two things, you must come to the place of recognition first, recognizing that you lack the money to deal with things that are important to you. You lack the resources to easily handle things that require financial attention. And when you recognize these areas, then you now need to convince yourself that you now really need to do something about making money and making more money and making more money. So, basics of financial mastery, right? What are the basics of financial mastery? In the time that I have been studying, there are a couple of things that I have found out, right? The first thing you must note is that mastery, right? Whenever you think about money, right? I was mentioning the things that should come across your mind whenever you think about money at all. I've heard people say, oh, sorry, please give me a minute. Tatiana, please off the speaker. Okay, sorry, I had to switch over um, to a more stable electricity. So whenever you think about money, right, these are the things that must cross your mind. I'll be mentioning these things that must cross your mind. The first thing is mastery, right? The first thing is mastery. And mastery is not a function of genius. It's not a function of talent. It is a function of time, intense focus applied to a particular field of knowledge. This was said by Robert Greene. Anytime you think about money, the first thing that must come to your mind is mastery, right? And mastery is also the possession or display of skill or technique. You must be good at something. You must be excellent at something. You know, several times people, when we are talking, they say, when we greet one another and say, how are you doing? They say, see, as I am now, I'm looking for money. I'm looking for money. When I hear those statements, usually I wonder, are they checking under the pillow? Are they checking inside their bonnet of the car, or inside the cushion in their houses looking for money, or looking outside in the air, or there's a special tree. Nobody goes anywhere looking for money. If you go out looking for money, you will not find it. Right? If you go out looking for money, you will not find it. The first thing you must have is mastery. You must be good. Okay. Okay. So you see them running after a leather ball, and these guys are paid millions of money. Why? Because they are good at what they do. When they play soccer, they are good at it. They are masters of the game. When a club buys someone like Messi, they know they already know that the possibility of winning the championship is very sure, because they have one player that is very skilled. They have one player that is excellent at what he does. They have one player that can give them goals. So mastery is very important. Whenever you think of money, think of mastery. What is it that you are able to do? Right? What is it that you are able to do? What is it that you're able to show that I'm a master of this skill? There is a client I have. We've been working together for close to 8 years now. And whenever she thinks of doing this particular job, I'm the one that comes across her mind, because she knows that I will deliver. She already knows that I've mastered the art of doing that job. I've mastered the art of it. I can wake up in the middle of the night and tell you this and this and this is what you need to do. If you don't do this is what will happen. Right? So a master knows everything about his field. He's skillful. Because he's skillful, he's now required to come and solve a problem. Right? Once you've mastered that skill, the next thing is that you now need to deploy it into problem solving. Right? So before I go into problem solving, which is the number 2 points that I want to make, if you look at the life of or the uh, in athletics, for example, if you pick someone like Usain Bolt, right? There was a reason why at a certain time in history, he was the one representing Jamaica as the finisher, or the one running the main race. It's because he was good. But one thing I want us to realize is that mastery involves process, right? There is no shortcut to mastery. No shortcut to mastery. If you jump a process in taking the journey of mastery, it will meet you at some point. Somewhere on that journey, it will meet you. The funny thing is that most times it shows up when we are about to have our big break, and we've gotten to like the final stage to seal everything, and then all of a sudden everything just begins to collapse. That process that you skipped, that training that you skipped, that part of that skill that you did not really develop will show up, and at the end of the day it will mess you up. So mastery takes time. Never be in a hurry to learn mastery. Never be in a hurry to learn mastery. Once you are a master of something, money will easily flow to you. Once you are a master of something, you're a master of skill, you are a skilled salesperson, money will flow to you. So there is nothing like I'm looking for money, right? There is nothing like that I'm looking for money. The money will come and find you wherever you are. The money will come and find you wherever. I remember there was a time I was home, maybe around 10 a.m. in the morning, and I had this other client that we've been together for some time, lives in Banana Island. But that day, I was just at home, lying down on my bed, checking the news and checking my phone, and then a strange call came in, and then the lady on the other end of the call said, you are recommended by someone on our board of directors that you know how to solve this problem for us. At first, my brain didn't really add one plus one together. I was about just dishing out the solutions to the problem when I now realized that, excuse me, money must be involved in this situation, right? So I'd mastered that skill to the point that whenever anybody who knows me or is looking for a master in that area, my name has to be mentioned. And this was a problem I solved. And at the end of the day, within a month, 6 figures came in easily. Once you've mastered it, the money will just be coming easily. But if you've not achieved mastery, right, yeah, it's going to be a lot of problems. You will just see that you make one step today, you are back 2 steps the next day. And that's because your process of mastery is not refined, right? Your process of mastery is not refined. There are areas that you need to develop mastery, right? There is mastery with process, there is mastery with people, there is mastery with products. Mastery with process, mastery with people, mastery with products, right? So when we talk about mastery with products, right? I was listening to an uh, uh, okay, so no, let me not use that as an example. When you're talking about mastery with products, right? Take for example someone who has gained the skill, right? Has learned to develop, for example, a website, has been able to design it in a way that anybody who comes to that website, they are just attracted to engaging with that page. They are attracted to appreciating what they see on that page. And there are some websites that when you go to them, everywhere is just busy. You can't even find a single information on the website. You are trying to locate something, you can't just find it, right? But there are people that who are skilled. When you just see the website, you are like, wow, before you know it, you're already ordering, you're already shopping there, you're already placing your order. That guy has mastered the art of designing a website, solving the problem of its owner, and has mastered the skill of designing that website that when anybody comes to find that product will start selling straight away. Imagine someone who is trying to lose 100 pounds and that person is selling ice cream, right? That person has not mastered exactly what he should be selling. He should be selling a weight loss product, not ice cream, right? So when it comes to mastery, take note. You must master the process. I talked briefly about the process. You must master the product, right? Be a master of something. And then mastery with people. You cannot be on a journey to wealth and be alone, right? You cannot be on a journey to wealth and be alone. You have to carry people along with you, because there will come to a point where you can't be everywhere at the same time, right? Messi cannot play for 4 clubs at the same time, but Messi can have a protege, right? So collaborate with people, especially if you are in a business that requires you to be in multiple places, have representation in several places. You can't be in all these places at the same time. So you must learn to work with people. Study the people who are working for you. Study their temperament, right? The ones that have qualities that you desire that you don't have, collaborate with them, right? The ones that have skills that you don't have, collaborate with them. Now, the second thing that you must think about when it comes to the issue of money is the problems that you will solve. the problems that you will solve. Anytime you think about money, the second thing you must note is that the problems that you will solve. And when it comes to problem solving, there are principles that guide problem solving. In everything that I'm going to say tonight, there are two things you must take away: process and principles. Process and principles. If you break any law that is attached to the principle, and you break any law that is attached to the process, you cannot achieve success. It will be difficult to make money. So when it comes to problem solving, there are principles that are involved, right? The first thing with problem solving is that you must identify a real problem with a clear solution, and not just any problem. That problem has to be a painful problem for these people. It must be painful for them to solve this problem. And you positioning yourself as the person who can solve this problem will earn you money easily, right? That problem, if it's not painful for that person, they will not pay for it, right? They will not pay for it, right? There are many problems out there that can be solved in the twinkling of an eye, but there are some problems that are painful and they are expensive. Take, for example, health, right? There was a time cancer was just like everywhere, knocking people down and everything. And people are doing research. Families are hurting, people are hurting, and all of that. Is there no solution to this problem? Is there no way to solve this problem, right? Is there no way to solve this problem? So I was watching the interview of, I can't remember his name now, this guy that lost his property, the landmark CEO, business owner. And in that interview, they asked him, was there any other thing that he was doing? And he said, yes, that he's been researching into solving problems for people with cancer, setting up a medical facility in that direction, right? He already knows that this problem is a big one. It's a big issue, and it requires a solution. Imagine not knowing something was wrong with you, and you're just taking medication, and then at some point, when everything is now full blown, they now tell you that, ah, sorry, sir, your sickness is now stage 4. You're like, how come they did not know about this thing right from the beginning, right? So when you find out that this problem is painful, people will pay if you have the solution. Paying rent is painful. So people need to build houses, right? So that they don't have to pay rent their whole lifetime. For their lifetime, they don't need to now start paying rent and paying rent and paying rent and paying rent. People want to own their land. So land is selling properties or owning a land solves a painful problem for you, right? There are people who want to build fantastic houses. There was a time when I was in Lagos, and all I used to do there when I'm going out is look at the buildings, the nice buildings everywhere, right? The beautiful landscapes and everything. And then I changed location. And one thing I noticed in that location was that people had problems with building their houses. The people who are building their houses were not doing it well. Where you should have a straight line, you see the line will bend, right? Even the doorpost that is supposed to be straight. So I noticed that this was a problem. I had a friend who was an architect. I pointed it out to him. I said, see, building the house is not the problem. And once the lines of a house is not straight, that house cannot be beautiful. And then he leveraged on that idea in solving that problem, getting the best hands, people who know how to do straight lines, and houses were coming out beautifully. So know how to solve problems, right? So in the process of solving problems, you must identify the problem, identify the solution. The problem must be painful. If it's not painful, right, it will, if it's not painful, the amount that you now need to charge for that process may not really be a life-changing amount. But if the problem is painful, I'm telling you, you will make money from it. The next thing you must do is to deeply understand the cause, the root cause of the problem, right? What exactly is the cause of this problem? So you must diagnose the problem, right? Then you must now develop a creative solution around that problem, right? You must develop a creative solution around that problem. And then the next thing, once you find out the solution, the next thing you need to do is to take action. The next thing you need to do is to take action. Taking action is uh, is when you begin to now develop your God-given talents, right? Everybody is planning to. They don't give awards to people who are planning to. They give awards to people who are already doing, right? Money comes to the people who are already doing. But those who are planning to, they keep planning. They don't get to do anything. No money will come to them, right? But when you get to solve problems and you follow the process in solving problems, right, money will flow to you. What people usually think money is, which is that paper, is not, right? That's not really money. That one is paper. If we set it on fire, it's gone, right? But your value as a person, right, is what people will pay for. Your value as a person is what people will pay for. Your capacity to solve problems creatively, your capacity to bring joy, right, to put people's mind at rest is what will put money in your pocket, right? The reason why many people get